Hey there, it's Juju coming from CTF Solidad, and I spent the last 8 hours with Alternatives to Violence in the yard behind me, which is the central yard. And usually when I'm doing empathy in action, that is at CTF North. So it was a new experience for me. This program, Alternatives to Violence, AVP, is 3 8-hour days. So I was in at 7:30, it's now 4. I just got out and I have to say I'm pretty exhausted, but it was such an amazing day. This program, this is an advanced, so first I took the basic course, now I've taken the advanced, and then I'll become a facilitator because I really believe in this program. You know, you can see the change happening before your eyes. It was a day of fun and laughter. And what was very interesting is that, let's see if we can go this way, this beautiful tree behind me, but the wind's in my face that way. But we worked on consensus, and this is a process that we don't use very much in this country. And so it was very interesting to see the consensus process in work. And there was actually a bet that we wouldn't be able to come to consensus. And for those who don't know, consensus is different than voting and majority rule. Consensus is when everybody comes to agreement, everyone is heard. So it's a very slow process. But it's interesting to see, and some of the men observed, that you come in locked into your position. We were trying to decide what the theme, what the focus of the training was going to be, and everybody in the room had to agree with that. We started with 2, broke up into 2s, and we just worked the consensus process. And you come in tied to your viewpoint of what's right, but then when you hear someone else's viewpoint and then you agree that you're going to work together, knowing that you have to come to something that not every, and I liked that Pinky, the facilitator, says if everybody walks away unsatisfied, that's not consensus, that's negotiation. And that's what our current government supposedly is supposed to be doing right now, not very effectively at all, except for making everybody unhappy. Not everyone, there's some people, I guess, that are happy with what's going on. Anyway, I'm looking forward to another 8 days, 8 hours tomorrow and the next day. So 24 hours total for this program. And this is the second time I've done the program. It's different. This is more advanced. And it's just so wonderful to see how community and trust is built and the thought process that goes on. And I just so love talking with the men, hearing about their experiences, hearing about their journey to healing. And you meet some very wise men in prison. That's not the stereotype of what you hear, but the ones that are doing programming have really gotten to know themselves and are in touch with their heart. So the thing about this program is it touches your heart. You speak from your heart, you act from your heart, and that's where real growth comes from. So this is Juju, unscripted, unfiltered, unedited, coming from Solidad, CTF, lead with love.